Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, I am going to scan some of the codes from the unboxing video that I did just a little while ago. So far, this is what I have been able to accomplish in a matter of maybe a week on PTCG Live. I came over with like 125 packs, so they gave me like a lot of credits and crystals or whatever. And so I bought a couple outfits, I bought some different stuff for my character so he can look a little bit different than just this. Like I think when I first got on here, I was wearing like an outfit, like I had like the standard outfit that they give you, or well, you can choose from a few of these. So I had like something like maybe I think it was like this or something. And then I didn't have a hat on, or well, no, I had this hat. I bought that one, but at first I had like this hat. So not bad outfit actually. I didn't have any glasses on either. I didn't have any shades. So I mean, that's not too bad of a outfit for starters for a free outfit. But they didn't really have that many options, so I just bought this shirt, this hoodie. I bought these white pants and these Toga Kiss looking Togepi whatever kind of shoes because they look like some Jordans. And then they kind of go with the gray hoodie. And then I just bought this other hat that kind of fit. I would have wore this, but it doesn't really match. I mean, I don't know. The orange shoes with the red and green like that kind of doesn't make it. It's not bad, but I think this one works better just because it's actually gray. Everything is kind of gray and white, so that kind of fits. But anyway, enough about my character. Oh, hold up, let me put the glasses on. I think I bought these right here. No, these right here. And for some reason, there's a bug. Like after every 2 or 3 games, the glasses they turn green or something, and you got to redo the color. Like I customized it to white and gold with a little bit, like you could see my eyes a little bit. So, um, I don't know. Something's wrong. They need to patch that. I think March 1st they're gonna really roll out the client in full. So hopefully by then everything will kind of start getting fixed more constantly or consistently on a regular basis. Because this game has some flaws. I remember playing earlier today and I was connected to my regular internet on my phone, and I had came close to my house and it automatically connected me to the internet while I was in the middle of a match. And I think from what I've been noticing is like if you're in the middle of a match and your internet switches from one type of internet to another, like if you're just on your standard phone internet, but then you get connected to like Wi-Fi in the middle of a match, it will automatically force you to be disconnected in a sense of like the timer will still count down, but the game will freeze in a way where um, nobody's able to make any actions, or at least you won't be able to. I don't know what the other player sees from their point of view, but from your point of view, or at least from my point of view when I was playing, I saw my opponent's timer counting down a couple days ago, and then yesterday when I was playing, my timer was just counting down, and then I couldn't act. I didn't get my turn. What do you call it? Like my turn wasn't skipped or something like that. Like I was just stuck on the timer counting down, and I think in each situation or each time that I've noticed that happen was when my internet either switched from Wi-Fi to a different type of like regular like phone internet from like your whatever your service provider is for your phone. But I'm not sure if they designed it intentionally to be that way or not, but that's what happened. So for any new players that's going to be playing this game, um, you got to look out for that because, yeah, it cost me a lot of games, especially early on when I started trying to climb this ladder and the competitive ladder or the at least the rank ladder. It happened to me multiple times and I didn't understand. I thought it was just like a bug, but it from like my experience, I just think from what I was observing, because I looked at my phone, I saw that I was originally connected to my 5G connection. And then when I pulled it down, because the game was froze, I was like, what's going on? And I looked and I saw it had just connected to the Wi-Fi. And then the Wi-Fi was glitching out because it had like that exclamation mark on it or something. And then it went back to 5G again. And then all I could see was that the game wasn't working anymore. And so I'm like, okay, maybe the game doesn't reconnect you. Like once you get disconnected, then you're just automatically disconnected from the game and you don't get to like reconnect to the game from where you were before and keep playing. Like on PTCGO, I've literally had my laptop die on me while I was in the tournament, and I plugged my laptop back in, turned it on, and I was still in the game, and the game was still playing, and I was still able to keep playing the game. Even though my internet disconnected, my laptop disconnected and turned off and powered off, and I had to plug it in, and I turned it back on, and I was still able to play the game somehow. Even though usually if you're playing it on a versus ladder, just on the versus, um, like 1v1, not in a tournament setting, if you get disconnected most of the time, then the game is over with. So I don't know how they allowed me to stay in the tournament for whatever reason, but that's just one of the bigger differences I noticed about playing on this client so far, at least on my phone. I haven't played it on my laptop yet, so I don't know what the difference is, but for at least for the phones, any players that play on a phone, if you get disconnected somehow from your internet connection or switched over to a different one and you're in the middle of a game, it could cost you the game. So just a heads up to all the new people migrating over or whatever. So sorry for this long rant, but I think it's time to open some codes. So let's scan at least like 50 since this video is kind of already getting long. And then let's see what packs these codes are from. Okay, that's a Sword and Shield Brilliant Stars pack. We have another one, Sword and Shield Brilliant Stars. And this is these are all stacks of 50. Okay, got another one. Brilliant Stars again. Chilling Rain. Okay, I think that's another Brilliant Stars again. Chilling Rain again. I remember buying a whole bunch of Chilling Rain and Battle Styles, so I pretty much have almost a lot of duplicates for that set already. Okay. Silver Tempest. I think that's one of the newer packs out. Brilliant Stars. Lost Origin. That's one of the ones with the Giratina in there. Brilliant Stars. Wait a minute. Did that just X? Hold up. Does that mean somebody used this one? Hold up a second. Let me just double check, because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I don't know if this one went through or not, but it looks like it did. So we'll just say that that's 10 packs right there. So let's collect them real quick to see how it comes out, because this is my first time seeing how it looks. So I want to see. Okay, they gave us a code. I mean a coin. Oh, that must be from one of those packs that I'll be seeing at Walgreens, where you get a code and like a promo card inside or something. And yeah, the sad thing about playing on PTCG Live is how much less of amount of cards come in each pack. Because I think on the PTCGO you get 11 cards, and like including the energy in each pack, and now you only get like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. That is just, wow, ridiculous. Come on now, Pokemon. What is that? 5 cards in a pack. Like, I know in Japan, they don't really get a lot of cards in their regular packs as compared to what the United States. Like, they might only get like 7 cards or something. I'm not even sure. I gotta look it up. But I remember hearing or seeing that in Japanese packs, they don't really get as many cards per pack. So now we kind of feel what they have to go through, because this client, man, they limited a lot of um the things that you can get back like per pack, and I don't know why, but it's like they're making you work for a lot of the stuff that you have to earn on here, because every card that you get a duplicate of, you get only like especially if it's the smaller ones like these, you get 10 credits. That's over time, depending on that. That's basically kind of encouraging you to pay for packs, because that's really the way to stack up, is to buy packs so you can get duplicate cards. And if you don't have any duplicates, then it's going to take you longer to stack up the crystals, no matter if you play and earn rewards, because the rewards that you can earn in this game are a grind, and I will go over that later. So for now, let's keep scanning. Let's see. Brilliant stars. So I'm going to just do sets of 10. And I'm going to try to keep this video maybe like to 20 minutes or 30 minutes at the most. Let's see how if I can do this faster so I don't have you guys here all day. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming and checking out this video. So if you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we're going to keep it cracking. And then, this is like the boring part of Pokemon. Well, at least for me. Basically, this is like the more tedious thing. You have to scan codes and all of that. But the most fun is like actually playing the game or collecting sometimes. But wait a minute. Why did it do that? I don't understand what that X is about. Let me see. I don't. Let me submit this real quick, and then I'm gonna or collect these first. Oh, maybe you only. Oh, it says the list is full, so maybe that's why. When I saw that X on one of those other codes, it didn't go through. Okay, I didn't notice that. you only can what put up to 10 cards. So I tried to scan like an 11th card or something. How about I just collect all? We'll see what they gave me after this. Let's see. No V's. That's disappointing. Oh, one V that I already had. All right, let's see if I can scan it now. Oh, so it did give me. So there's another code I threw away. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to figure out where I put it. So that other code that I threw out was still a good code, but I had already scanned too many. So let me see if I can find it. Or I'll even edit it out of the video just so that I don't have to bore you guys with that. But let's see. If I don't have a way to edit it out, I'll just make this quick, and then I'll just cut. I'll try to see if I can cut it. Let's see. That's not it. Okay. So I gotta remember from now on, whenever you get to about like 9 or 10 or something, that it's gonna be full, and it won't recognize or it won't credit you for that extra code that you put. So I'm hoping that I didn't just throw away a card that's still good. Okay. If I didn't, then that's weird. Because I saw the X pop up, but I was like confused at why it did that. And alright, so far, either I didn't grab it, or that code just didn't work, or they gave me credit for it already. So it's only one code, so I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but I just wanted to double check just in case. But so far, all right, we're on to the next. So let's see. I just can't wait to see some of the celebrations codes, because those are the ones that give you really a lot of credit for having duplicates. Crown Zenith. Oh, that's one of the newer packs. That's actually the newest set out at the moment, which is pretty good, so I can start getting duplicates on those. All right, so that's 10. Let's go. Since this is my first time doing this, I was thinking like you could just put all of them in there and just open them all up. But yeah, they limit you to 10, so that was actually not a bad thing, because I was thinking of doing that anyway for the video. So I guess these are all cards I never had before, like this guy, or no, I should have had at least one of these before, but I don't know. I definitely know I didn't have this version of the Radiant Charizard, but I do have Radiant Charizard already. But let's see what we got duplicates of. Yeah, these pools are kind of weird. You get like not that many V's often. That's from what I can tell. Like we're almost at 50 packs, or at least 50 codes, and the V rates are just low. But I see like, they'll throw in a few special like type of full arts here and there. But I mean, we're here for the Pokemon, right, guys? Am I right? All right, let's finish this up. Crown Zena. Brilliant Stars. Fusion Strike. That's an older pack. Not necessarily like really, really old, but Fusion Strike. That's the Mew V pack or whatever for the V's, for the Mew V Max. And that's been out for a while actually. But compared to the other older Sword and Shield sets, that one's one of the newer ones, I guess. Okay. And last one. The list is full again. Okay. Let's check them out. So far, I don't think I've seen any celebrations packs yet. Let's just collect all. I'll notice if there's any celebrations in here. Okay, 2 V's. That's better than usual. Okay, we got a pretty big VMAX right there for 375. Not too bad. Let's see. The best pool, I guess, is the Regigigas. So, yep. Giga Impact during your next turn. Can attack. 1 prize card. You may choose one of your opponent's bench, and they discard that. Whoa, what? During your turn, if your opponent has 1 prize card remaining, you may choose one of your benched Pokemon, your opponent's bench Pokemon. They have to discard it and all attached cards to it. Wow. I think the only way, or one of the best ways to prevent that from happening, is to either have a Path to the Peak or to have a Espeon VMAX on the bench, and then they won't be able to use that. It'll just block it. That's why I love Espeon VMAX, because that ability to prevent, well, I'm not even sure if that's an attack though, because Espeon prevents effects of an attack. And I don't know if you consider that an attack or just an ability. Or, yeah. So that Espeon might not even work, actually, now that I think about it. I think it would have to be Path to the Peak. And possibly, if you have that big Parasol, I'll have to look at that card. Because Parasol prevents effects and certain things, so I need to look to check on that one. But that is a pretty good thing to learn, to figure out, like what counters Regigigas V Star's ability. Okay, wait, is that? Oh, so this one I might have to hold until later. All right, let's see. Collect. All right, let's see. Any celebrations? Uh, so far, not that I can see. So the best pool is the barrel. Just the regular rare, nothing major. Okay, so boom. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to finish the video right here. This is 50 codes altogether. So, um, and if I miscounted, then I'll have to rewatch the video. But I think that was exactly 50 codes. And I'm gonna have to review how many credits I accumulated out of 50 packs from where I started, because I think I started out with like 40,000. So maybe I got about like 5 and some change. So for my next video, I'm either gonna like try to play a couple games for you guys to show you. I'm gonna showcase one of my decks, my Arceus deck, my main deck that I play. And so far I'm at like 1,000 in the rank ladder that you guys can see. And my deck is a pretty it's like it's hard to explain. Like, I play an anti-meta deck, I would say, because for what everybody else considers a popular deck, I try to play against every popular deck by having as many variety of what do you call it, of types in my deck. So because let's just say a lot of people like to play Mew, I put Drapion in my deck, right? And everybody knows if you have a Drapion, that's basically the Mew counter. But Mew has started to play Lost City, which is a stadium that basically gets Drapion, and he's gone for the rest of the game. So I put 2 in my deck now. So if you kill this one or knock this one out, then I'll bring another one, so I can just instantly KO again back to back. But sometimes, things don't always go. He might be prized or whatever, so things always kind of don't always work out, especially when Mew, how fast the deck can be, because most of the time when I play Mew decks, I always have, for whatever reason, my opponent, most of the time, draws into VIP passes, so they fill up their bench really fast every time. Like, it's been rare occasions where they get stuck on the first hand, and on those rare occasions, it's easier to beat them. But normally, just based off of the way that the hands go, they most of the time start out with either like a Chromatic, they'll hit a heads, and then they'll get to just go grab it, or they'll already have like 1 to 2 to I don't know how many in their first hand that they get. So it's like, it's common. I've rarely ever had to see a Mew deck that doesn't have that. But anyway, let's keep going. Like, lately everybody's been playing Lugia, so I play Pikachu, but they can put what's it called, what's that thing, the Dunsparce on the bench to take away their weaknesses, so Pikachu doesn't one-shot up Lugia anymore. But my counter to that is to play Espeon and Espeon VMAX, because Lugia loves to stack energies on itself, and Espeon's strength is for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon, you do 60 damage times that amount. So it's good to always get Espeon on the bench first, and then if you have the opportunity to put Pikachu down. If he doesn't get Dunsparce on the bench, then Pikachu can do all the work for you as well. But Flying Pikachu is just a great card in general, because if any players like to use basics, this will, like, especially if you play like Reggie decks or any water decks, Pikachu can slaughter water decks all day, every day. And like Suicune and all these other little decks that are basics, but they feed off of you stacking up your bench. Pikachu can counter basic types and one-shot most of them because they're water, or if you have like just a basic Pokemon like a Reggie, or maybe the Lunatone Solrock deck. Pikachu's a good counter for those. And Espeon also is a good counter for the Reggie deck, because usually if you have Pikachu versus a Reggie deck, most of the time if you get Pikachu by himself and then Reggie Ice comes up and uses the attack to stop Pikachu from using his attack on the next turn, Espeon will prevent, unless they have a Path to the Peak in play, he'll prevent that effect from taking place by using the Solar Revelation ability, which prevents all effects of attacks of your opponent from your opponent's Pokemon done to all of your Pokemon that have energy attached. So that stops the new Sableye in the Lost Box decks, because Sableye loves to put damage counters on everybody. So a lot of people like to play Big Parasol, but I just play Espeon because Espeon just prevents all effects of all kind of attacks. So damage counters, poison, paralysis, sleep, whatever it is, as long as you have energy attached to whoever, they can't be affected. So love Espeon. Never used to play it that much because of Moltres V and because of Umbreon V, who also is a great card, versus Mew VMAX as well. And then it's like a replacement, or like a substitute for like a boss's orders. If you can't find your boss and you got Umbreon on the bench, depending on the matchup, you can just have a chance to use any other supporter, as well as like bringing up a Pokemon that you might see on the bench that you need to kill to win the game, or knock out to win the game. All right, let's see. I got this Greninja V Union in here because of the fact that I don't really play any water Pokemon in this deck. And the reason for that is because lately there hasn't been that many popular fire decks out, and most of the Pokemon that I have can compete against most fire decks, especially like just Espeon by itself. A lot of fire decks usually stack a lot of energy. Espeon can handle that. Espeon VMAX is really good because of the fact that even that, I think it was Dialga, the one that let me double check. Is it Dialga or Palkia? Let me double check. Dialga, okay, yeah, this Dialga V-Star. It relies on a lot of energies to be able to do major damage. So for each metal energy, you do an extra 40 damage, or if you have to use the V-Star power, you need up to 5 energies. And it'll let you do another turn after that. So that's exactly why Espeon is great, because Espeon will one-shot it almost every time, because it just has to rely on having so much energy all over the place. So not only just on the active, but on the bench. And often they'll play sometimes Zacian V, and Zacian loves to put energies on, and um, so yeah, that's a good counter. Also, Victini for sure can, unless they have like that weakness guard energy or that metal heat, that heat, whatever metal energy it is, I forgot what it's called. It blocks fire types from killing them or doing double. But yeah, so if you don't, Victini's just all around good for any basic V's. Everybody knows that. This is one of my favorite cards because it's so easy to um to um to start attacking with it. You just put 2 energies, 1 fire and any other kind, and it's ready to go. So that's why Victini's in here. Duraludon goes through mill tanks. What else? It's just a pretty strong. It has 330 HP and no weaknesses. So that's why I like this in my decks, because you can't, unless you have like a Espeon and then you got like a Arceus deck that's like a Arceus and Duraludon deck, which is going to always put a lot of energies on, then Espeon is always there for that. But besides that, it's hard to KO Duraludon just straight up, unless you have like maybe a Shaman right here. After they take a lot of prizes, you put like a choice build on it and you can knock it out. But Duraludon has the ability to put a choice build, so it can one-shot one of these. And that's why most of the time I never really use Shaman against Duraludon, because it's like a liability if Duraludon happens to use a choice build, or if some decks use the Duraludon with the single strike energy, which adds an extra 20 damage. So depending on how many of them they put onto a Duraludon, then they could one-shot this. But anyway, I play 2 Luminions because Luminion, I used to only play 1, but then I realized that if 1 gets prized, or if you use 1 and you really need to get a certain supporter, but now you already used the first one, it's good to have 2. I just believe, like in this specific deck, 2 is better than 1. And the reason I play this Zamazenta is because sometimes you'll get lucky early in the game where you'll have your V Union just all in one hand while your opponent is setting up, and he can discard all of them or as many of them as possible at once. And also, the more prizes your opponent takes, the stronger his attack becomes. And I used to play, what was that guy? This guy, Aegislash VMAX, because he has no abilities. So certain Pokemon you can't attack if you have an ability, or you get countered by having an ability. And he was always good at no ability. That kind of aided him. And for each prize that you take, he keeps getting stronger and stronger. So 30 more damage for each prize, which is good, because he can do like 280 to 310 damage by the time you get to like your last 2 prizes on any Pokemon. And the math was good, but even though the math was really good, he has a high retreat cost. He's a 3 prize, so if he gets knocked out, he's 3 prizes.